Welcome to Coreum Community Daily News for January 2nd, 2024. Wish you all Happy New Year from Coreum Concepts and the Coreum Community DAO. Hope you had safe holidays and set your New Year's resolutions and are looking forward to a prosperous 2024. Hopefully I can leave you some value here today. In return, you can leave a like, share the video below. There's going to be a lot of good information in here to help the community out. If you need to learn more about staking on Coreum or the Coreum Community DAO and what we're doing here under the Validator, head to CoreumCommunityDAO.com. All the links will be found there to reach us. Exciting to announce this weekend, episode 7, the Superledger podcast. Paul Serra will be here as our guest. We'll be talking about the DAX, the snapshot coming up, the airdrop, tokenomics, all your questions. It's a great opportunity for you to speak to the team directly, get your questions answered. It's bound to be a powerful podcast. Again, checking in with markets. Total crypto market cap is 1.68 trillion, up 1%. Gold trending up a little bit at $2,063. Silver at $23.84. DXY is surging higher at 102.131. Coreum up 3% on the day at 22.781 cents. Sologenic 18.08 cents. Flix has had a strong few days and currently trading at 20.5 cents. XRP currently at 62.473. Another big pennant forming here to take note of. And Bitcoin at 45,125, moving the market higher. Checking in with map of zones. IBC traffic with Coreum 61,685 the last 24 hours, just under 2,900 transactions. We have exceeded $3 million in IBC traffic within the last 30 days. You can see the price of Coreum, again, 22.751 market cap, 123,420,000, with a trading volume at just over $1.8 million in the last 24 hours. Total token supply is sitting at 542,500,000 with an inflation rate of 14.4%. Current staking APR sitting around 27.6, 61 validators on the network. And you can see unique delegators trending higher. That is a good sign for the network security to see. All right, over at Smart Stake Analytics, you can see 286,196,194 tokens currently are staked on the Coreum network. That represents just under 52%. 1.3 million tokens currently being undelegated. Checking in the Coreum Community DAO, sitting at 2.8 million in voting power. That's 42 on the list. We have just reached 160 unique delegates, which is the number I'm most proud of because that is the 9th largest unique delegates on the list. So 42 in voting power, but 9th in unique delegates. So powerful statistic and the one I'm actually most interested in here. So thank you everybody for your support. Early on here in 2023, 2024 is bound to be a banger. I hope you join us for the ride. Checking in with the market, number one validator, Zen Lounge, has exceeded that 30 million mark and then some. He was actually on the podcast here this weekend, left some knowledge there for us. We'll talk about that here in a minute. BitTrue is at 27.4 in second place. Cosmos Station at 21 million. 007 Coreum in fourth at 17.6, and Macy and Foster at 14.9. Fear and Greed Index is sitting at 71, up a little bit in the last few days. The MMRI Market Risk Indicator is at 249. Again, still in the high risks, but below that 250 mark, generally favorable for the securities market. All right, as I mentioned, Superledger podcast episode 6 this last weekend was a New Year's Eve town hall format. Zen popped by, dropped a lot of information, especially on his event that he has coming up here in February. And there's a link here for Coreum Punks. If you hold a Coreum Punk, you are effectively invited, and you can RSVP using this link here. It's Saturday, February 24th, 6 p.m. at the Blue Moon Lounge in Los Angeles, California. You can see the Coreum has sponsored this event. They're going to be there, and a few others also. We'll be talking more about that in the days ahead on the podcast. There's also a lot of great information shared there about validators and things to take note of on the ecosystem that is rapidly growing on Coreum here, and about goal setting for the year ahead. Also, some very powerful content. Thanks, Zen, for stopping by. Look forward to future conversation there. As noted, Paul Serra will be the guest this week on Superledger Podcast 7. I'm looking forward to this conversation for sure. There's a lot of interest. They did a great job at describing what's going on when they popped in unannounced there a few weeks ago, but I thought it would be good to have them back and just clear that up again. There's a lot more interest and eyes on it now than there was then, and that interest is certainly growing in the days ahead as we get closer to the snapshot on the 19th of this month. So tune into that. You'll definitely want to check that out and be there to get that information firsthand and get any questions you might have outstanding by the end of that podcast answered directly, hopefully. We'll do a live stream later tonight. I'll have a lot to expand on as far as this past podcast, what we're talking about there, and many things that we have coming up. I want to expand on what Bob has shared here, the year-end wrap-up a little bit more. Chris at Fight Farms over at OmniFlix there has a great partnership on the Coreum network. He's got a Coreum edition out here, proof of participation NFT. Highly encourage you checking that out. Purchasing these NFTs, the treasury is being staked on the Coreum Community DAO and the CAF LSI Validator. So I really appreciate the support from him, and really great project here. If you don't know about it, there's a few ways you can learn about it on my YouTube channel or in Discord directly. He's very accessible, great guy to talk to and learn from. Articulate, another powerful community partner, co-host of the Superledger podcast, has a couple great threads I want to expand on a little bit more here on the live stream, and that is enhancing ETF trading with Coreum Smart tokens, and also talking about the band protocol. Lots to talk about there. And new music alert, articulates also first reggae artist on OmniFlix. I would say probably on the Coreum network also. So he says, if you hold my Howdy Neighbor music NFT, then you can claim my new song, I'm Sure, the 2024 anthem. It is a great anthem. I played it at the top of a mountain here yesterday for New Year's, and you're going to be hearing a lot more of it for sure. I will play it on the way out here today. Leave a comment on this video, whether it is on YouTube or Twitter. I will give away one of those Howdy Neighbor NFTs, which will entitle you to the I'm Sure one also. And that's going to wrap it up here today. Just want to get a quick update out. Wish you all Happy New Year and get ready for an explosive year ahead. Thank you for joining me. See you tonight on a live stream. Peace and prosperity to you all.
Articulates. Check it. So many open doors, it's hard to ignore. Every year was my year, but this year I'm sure. They're on a virtual tour. Girl, them a bubble to the floor. Every year was my year, but this year I'm sure. The storm is here, but it won't stay. Where there is a will, there must be a way. Me have to win, come what may. Clasp my hands every day, I pray. Nah, I can lose cause me not confused. Every time positivity me choose. So many open doors, it's hard to ignore. Every year was my year, but this year I'm sure. They're on a virtual tour. Girl, them a bubble to the floor. Every year was my year, but this year I'm sure. Lyrics are pour from my heart. Tunes for you climb up the chart. Destiny create me path. Remain humble, don't exalt. Lockdown life rough. We can't do too much. Wait till COVID up. A big dance we a bust. Make sure you prepare yourself, cause when the clock strikes 12, things get dark, dark start back. You a go ball out hell. my year, but this year I'm sure. They on a virtual tour. Girl, them a bubble to the floor. Every year was my year, but this year I'm sure.